How's it, Andy? Coming to you from the original Tommy's Burger in Los Angeles, California. Just wanted to say I love the Daily Pidgin Show and Shaka.
Hey, how's it and welcome to the Daily Pidgin Show. It's the place to be, to let the pigeon flow. The Daily Pidgin Show with Andy Bumatai. Mahalo nui loa to you for stopping by.
How's it? And welcome to the Daily Pidgin. It's Sunday, so I hope you don't mind, but I'm going to make small, kind, inspirational. Not religious, inspirational. Because I'm going to be talking to you as much as I'm going to be talking to me. Because right now, I really need one pep talk. Serious. And, I'm the best person to pep talk myself, I have found. And how I do that, so you know, is I have a list of things I go through whenever I'm feeling adversity. Okay? Because I don't know if you're the same way, but when I feel beat, I want to curl up in bed with junk food in the dark and watch Netflix all day long, and like some wounded dog crawling under the bed because like see nobody. That's how I tend to want to handle it. But I fight that by going through a list of things, checklist if you will, of things I know I have to do to keep moving. Okay, and first on that list is to keep fighting even when I beat. Right? That's a good trick. You should learn this. When you feel beat is when you need to fight the most. It's easy to fight when you feel good and rested and confident and well fed and happy. Oh, easy for fight. Fighting when you're none of those things is the hardest thing there is. And that's what I'm doing right now. Okay? Serious. And and another one is work harder. Okay? This has served me so well, I cannot even begin to tell you that when people are better looking, they get more money, they have more influential friends, they went to better schools, they get, whatever, you can always work harder than them. Now you might be thinking, well, what if they're working hard and that's how they got there? Maybe. But guess what? Only one way to find out, and that is to work every minute you can until all of a sudden you see the daylight. Oh, I can relax, small kind, because you got to a point. But that's when you're gonna work more hard, because you had the smell, huh? Okay. And one of the things that I'm going through right now too is, and this may be helpful to you, I hope, is to not become the people you mad at. You ever work in one company and the manager real mean, right? And they treat people mean, and then he move up, and then everybody move up, and then the next manager, he got treated mean, so he started treating people mean, and then pretty soon you have this culture of everybody stepping on everybody and being mean. Ugh, right? It's like this guy who did this thing to my cousin. You know what? Maybe I should go do that to him? Or does that make me him? You hate that burger, but so what? You gonna become him? Yes. That's a hard one, When people are mean. Let me give you an example. I was working nightclubs when I was a stand-up comic, and I was in Mississippi with this Popolo guy from the nightclub. We were having lunch. And the table next to us had all these howly guys, right? Real redneck sheriff kind of people, big bellies, and their hats kind of way back like that. And they were telling, I'll say, the N-word jokes, one after another. Now, I don't know if they were doing it because my friend was sitting here or they were just oblivious, whatever. But I'm like, so I turned to my friend and I say, what? How can you sit here so relaxed while these guys are telling these jokes? And he looked up and he said, oh, they can't help it. They were raised like that. Huh? He felt sorry for them because of the way they were raised, that they were taught this bigotry. I thought, wow, bro, that's a rough one. Okay? So I'm reminding myself of that right now. And the last thing is, as I'm doing these shows, I'm thinking, wow, they should be funny. Everybody tunes in for them to be funny, and I'm not being funny. I'm failing, And then I realized, hey, you know what? It's okay to fail. It is. It's all right. You got to try different things. You always don't feel funny or whatever you do. You always don't feel like that. You're going to fail. And failing is actually okay. In fact, in business, if somebody's going to lend money and they got two people they can lend money to, one had a business and failed and one had a business, it's their first business, the bank is more likely to lend it to the person who had the failure because they know, right? It's like you're on a boat, you know what the rocks are, you've been there. Maybe you can avoid them this time. Whereas this bugger, oh, hey, everything's blue sky, no problem, So, I is that inspirational? I don't know, but failure has served me well. I'll finish with one story. I had a nightclub when I was 27. No one who's 27 should own a nightclub. I had some money, stupid move, bought a nightclub. It failed. I went to the guy who I bought the booze from. I think I owed him $20,000 and hadn't paid him for a while. And he said, you know what? I'm going to forgive this on one condition, that if you ever start another nightclub, you come here, because all of my best customers did to me what you just did 1 and 2 times before they became my best customers. Without risk takers, there would be no nightclub business. Wow. So, keep swinging, work hard, no shame, fail, and make sure you don't become bitter in the process. I hope you had enjoyed this. If you did, sharing is caring, gang. It's Sunday. First, crack that like button, and hey, let me know how you feel about the inspirational kind talk. And when the subscribe button come up, what you gonna do? That's right. Block with your left, poke 'em with your right. If you never already. And mahalo to those that have. Thanks, sir.
Mahalo nui loa to you for stopping by. The Daily Pidgin Show with Andy Bumatai.